was diagnosed in December 2011, just a few days before Christmas, and Dr. Melita Keneally at Cabrini said to me that I had an incurable form of leukemia and that the average patient would be expected to live for somewhere between 5 to 7 years. While I was in San Diego, I went to a conference where I heard this Scottish doctor talking, and I'd crept in the back, and there were 300 people in the room, and I said to the person next to me, "Oh, who's speaking?" And they said, "Oh, it's Professor John Gribben from Barts." And Professor Gribben finished speaking, and he walked up to the back of the room, and he sat next to me. And he said, "Oh, you're from Australia?" Because I had a koala on my jacket. And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Are you a carer?" And because you would assume someone of my age would be a carer. And I said, No, I'm a patient." He said, "Oh, but you haven't had treatment." And I said, "Oh, yes, I've relapsed after chemotherapy." And he said, "So you're here looking for a clinical trial?" And I said, yeah, I am." And he said, "Well, you're British. I've got a great trial for you if you can come back to London." And then he told me about the trial of ABT 199 and obinutuzumab. In a couple of weeks' time, I'm going to be boarding a plane for London, kissing my children who are 10, 8 and 5 goodbye, and not actually knowing if I'm going to see them again.
So, as we discussed today, we're going to start the ABT 199.
I was so lucky to get onto the trial, and it was a hard trial to get onto, and there were only 2 of us at Barts on the trial, because you needed to be sick enough to warrant the treatment, but equally strong enough to be able to tolerate it. And I'm lucky that I was young enough to tolerate it. I can't wait for one of my many doctors to turn around to me, and hopefully John Gribben in a few months' time, and say, "Deborah, we can't find any cancer."
In December's trip to London, I had another bone marrow biopsy, and it came back with no detectable cancer. So minimum residual disease negative, which is the holy grail, really, of any treatment. I've never had it. So 5 years on, after being told I would be dead in 5 years, I am cancer-free. I've just had a Christmas where I took 5 photos, not 105. I am not photographing and cataloguing my day-to-day with the children. I think I'm going to be here for them. And I think until that result in December, even though I've always been optimistic, I've been living as if I might not be here. So it's changed my whole perspective on life now. I didn't think I'd get there. So yeah, it's incredibly exciting for me.